Good morning, operators. Stand by. Stand by. Coffee's hot, frequency's alive. 145.430. You're listening to the morning hum. This is the Coffee Break Net. Steam rising with the sunrise glow. Signals bouncing nice and low. Foothill light and silicon sky. Morning check-ins rolling by. Call sign ready, mic in hand. Voices drifting through the band. RF dancing in the air. Someone's mobile somewhere out there. Heat up, drop your sign. One at a time. You're sounding fine. Sip so don't rush the day. Net control will lead the way. Coffee on the console. Radio's awake. Morning on the machine. Give and take. Voices in the speaker, smooth and clean. So like riding on the beam. Checking out, don't hesitate. This is how we caffeinate. From the hills to the bay. W6EK Echo Kilo starts the day. Check here. AllStarLink been feeling strong.
Good morning. This is the Coffee Break Net on the W6EK Repeater. I am Tom, NN6H, and I am your net host for this Friday, March 27th, 2026. This is where the sun is always shining, the birds are singing, and the fish are jumping. This net meets every morning from 7:30 until 10 a.m.-ish on the W6EK Repeater, AllStar node 51018, and on Echolink. And this is a general rag chew net. And we just enjoy your conversation and welcome your check-ins. We have two type of check-ins. We have quick in and outs, which we do when we first get started, which is like 2 minutes or less, just kind of saying hello and telling us how your day is going. And then we have rag chew, which we open up after a couple rounds. So anyway, let's go ahead and do a quick in and out round. Quick in and out. Who's out there for check-ins on this Aloha Friday? This is Tom, November 6 Hotel.
KJ5, Golf Whiskey November.
KA6 UAI.
KC8, Fox Queen Victor. KC8FQV.
M6CKV.
Kilo Charlie 5 Lima.
Kilo Oscar 6, Kilo Mike Romeo.
Charlie 5 Lima Whiskey Yankee. In and out. Okay, this is who I have. I have KC5 LWY Lima Whiskey Yankee. Then I have KO6 and it's John. Is it KO6 KMR? Is that the right call sign? Can you correct that, please?
Yeah, Kilo Oscar 6, Kilo Mike Romeo. Over.
Okay, very good. I had the call right there. Yeah, I recognized the voice, and you're stopped on there. Okay, John. KO6 KMR. I got the KC5 LWY. I got N6 CKV Carl. I got KC8 FQV Mark. KA6 UAI Ron. And Kilo Juliet 5 Golf Whiskey November. And who am I missing from this group? Okay, I'm surprised that I'm missing anybody. Okay, very good. Well, good morning to all. So let's go to the top here, KJ5 GWN. Will, good morning, and how are things?
Good morning, Tom. Things are going good here. It's going to be 76 degrees here, so not as hot today as what it has been. And newsflash, it is raining here in Oklahoma City, so we're getting some much needed precip here. So anyway, hopefully that'll keep the fire threat down, and we can keep things moving in that direction. So anyway, not doing too much here, just drinking coffee and listening to the Coffee Break Net. So anyway, back over to you, Tom. This is KJ5 Golf Whiskey November.
Okay, very good there, Will. Yeah, KJ5 GWN, NN6H for the Coffee Break Net. Well, you said it's 76 degrees, but it's raining. That kind of sounds like Hawaii type weather.
Yeah, we've got nearly a 100% chance of rain today, so it's definitely improving there from what it was the last few days.
Okay, well, yeah, it's probably pretty muggy there too. All right, well, yeah, that sounds like when I've been in Hawaii and stuff. It'll be 70, 75, 80 degrees out there, and you'll get these rain showers coming through. All right, well, I'm glad that you got the much needed rain there, and I wish you a wonderful weekend there, and hope all goes well. And I know that you're probably going to church on Sunday, so hopefully you can enjoy the weather there. KJ5 GWN and N6H.
Seven three, Tom. This is KJ5 Golf Whiskey November. We're clear and listening.
All right, well, thanks for checking in. You have a great Aloha Friday. All right, going to Ron, KA6UAI. Good morning, and Aloha Friday to you.
KA6UAI. Yes, it's not only Aloha Friday, but it's also Hamfest Eve. So that both call for getting off work early today, I think.
Well, I don't think I've ever heard it called Hamfest Eve, but I guess we'll attribute that quote to you then. So maybe that's a new tradition there, Ron.
Well, it's always good to have another celebration. So we'll add that one to the holidays, maybe. A couple-hour holiday at the end of the day, maybe. We'll see what happens. I'm just sitting here in my recliner with my laptop and looking through the emails for the office today, and it's going to be a fun morning, I can tell you that. But at least I don't think I have any appointments today. I'll have to check that later. But getting in there shortly, and it's got a late start today, so dogs had or Max had his pills, and they had their little bite of hot dog, and everybody's good. So we're going to be getting to work here shortly. Anyway, everyone have a great Friday, and make it to the Hamfest, and have a great weekend. KA6UAI.
Okay, very good there, Ron. Yeah, KA6UAI and then 6H. Yeah, that is going to be the big talk. I think talk of this Friday edition of the Coffee Break Net. Hamfest tomorrow morning, getting up dark and early tomorrow morning to be there, and yeah, it's then by noon probably all the fun will be gone. But yeah, no, looking forward to that. We'll be there too, taking photos and seeing everybody's smiling faces at 4 o'clock in the morning. So. Anyway, okay, we'll probably see you there. Probably you and Fisher can be there. All right, you take care, and thanks for checking in. Next, going to Mark, KC8FQV. Good morning and Aloha Friday. What do you have for the net?
Well, morning, KSFK. Well, 31 degrees. Yeah, it must be a National Hot Dog Day or something, because that's what they were asking on earlier on the net I checked into over in Pennsylvania. The weather net they have. I found that out from the morning grind net. How I found out you guys from the morning grind net. Well, they were talking about what condiments you like put on your hot dog. And I said mustard and ketchup normally, and maybe relish sometime. But yeah, yesterday was a beautiful day out. Yeah, I went into the store. It was 76 out. Came out of the store about 2 hours after I was in there, and it was raining, and it was 60 degrees. So it dropped really quick. But, it was going to be here. But I know our maple syrup is going to be running because they are tapped the trees. I heard guys are out there in Geauga County talking about they got all the, now they don't put buckets on the tree. Well, there is some that do with buckets, but others run tubing to all the trees, and tubing they collect it and take it to the sugar house to melt it, to cook it down. But, we'll send it back, yeah. So it was interesting yesterday. Remember, it got interesting. It was so warm out. I walked in the door of the office where I have to go to the doctor. It was a multi-office building. There's multiple units in there. I walked in the airlock where you go between the two doors, and the heater was blasting away. It was like a sauna in there. I say, geez, oh man. But we'll send it back to net, KSFQV.
Okay, very good there, Mark. Yeah, KC8, FQB, and then 6H. Yeah, out here in California, we don't have those airlock type of things. I mean, occasionally you see them, but yeah, I remember going back like Minnesota and those places where it gets really cold and they kind of heat things up as you go through. I'm looking at the national days, and I don't see National Hot Dog Day at all here. In fact, it's kind of a boring set of days. It's, I guess, National Scrabble Day. It's National Joe Day. It's National Quirky Country Music Song Title Day, World Theater Day, International Whiskey Day. But yeah, no hot dog day, at least not on this set of what today is, and this is for March 27th. Anyway, okay, well, hope you have a great day back there, Mark, and thank you for checking into the net. Anything else? KC8FQV and N6H.
No. I think they might have been just, maybe there was something happening with hot dogs or whatever, and they said, oh, what do you like on your hot dogs? Because I've had where you have it with sauerkraut and hot dogs. They put sauerkraut and you throw the hot dog on the sauerkraut. I've done that. Or they have it in with that, So that's a good one, too. It's amazing sauerkraut, here it's cabbage, and all they do is it cooked differently. It's like pickles. You have cucumbers, or you make pickles out of cucumbers. There's a lot of different, like pineapple. You can have pineapple cooked and you have it on ham or something. There's a lot of different foods. We have it one way, or you do it something different. It's totally different. So send it back your way, and send it the 73 case of QV.
Okay, Mark, very good. And I just want to let you know that your audio is very hot. I think you're coming through on webcam C, so probably coming through on TV switch. You might want to turn down the volume because it's pretty loud coming into the thing here. And you can always go to Patrick's parrot node, which is 55553. That's 4 5s and a 3, and check out your audio level there. But yeah, it's a little on the hot side. I haven't noticed that before. All right, well, thank you for checking in, and you have a great day back there, and we'll talk to you next time. Clear. Next up is Carl, N6CKV. Good morning, Carl, and aloha Friday to you.
Good morning, John, and everyone else. I'm waiting for my to show up with some weed eating and mowing. today while the weather's still good. Not much going on at the old homestead. Got a bunch done yesterday.
Okay, it's just going to be another boring day. No medical appointments. Anything for the weekend? Are you going to be making up to the Ham Fest?
Not the Ham Fest. I've been attending. Sure, I'm not going to be able to make it. Got other things going on.
Okay, well, sorry about that. We're going to miss you there. Yeah. Well, anyway, I'm noticing a little bit of packet loss. I'm not sure if it's packet loss on your side or my side. Hopefully it's not my side. But anyway, well, we're going to miss you at the Ham Fest. I think you were there a couple of years ago. Remember you being there. So anyway, you take care, and you have a great Aloha Friday and a great weekend in 6CKV and 6H.
The lot's probably on my side. Anyway, than that, Tom, C3, have a good Friday. This is at 6CKV.
Right, you take care there, Carl. 7-3. All right, next up is Andrew, KC5LWY. Good morning and Aloha Friday to you.
Well, good morning. Thank you for the ad. Not much here to report. KC5LWY. Got to go down to the ferry this morning and see how the government shutdown is treating me, since I hadn't been there since December. Other than that, appreciate everything you do for us. Y'all are all sounding great. Kilo Charlie 5 Lima Whiskey Yankee, Galveston Island, Texas. Standing by, sir.
All right, very good there, Andrew. I love your Texas accent there. Very good. So, you going back down to the ferry? Are you taking the ferry, or do you work there, or what's the relationship with that?
Oh no, sir. It's like Captain Jack Sparrow. I'm like Mr. Gibbs. Whatever needs to be done. If you've never been here, it's the Bolivar Galveston Ferry is like a floating parking lot. You get on the Galveston side, you go over to Bolivar, 2.7 miles across, about a 15-minute ride. Then you can get out, walk around for about 15 minutes, get out on the Bolivar side, and then go 67 miles to I-10, and then take a right, go to Beaumont, Texas, or take a left and go back to Houston, Texas. But no, been working on there for about the last 6-7 years, and December 18th, well, the first part of the shutdown came, and they ran me off, and, well, the rest is history. But I'm going back today and see what's going to go down, and at that. Hey, have a good evening, have a good morning, before they put a tax on it. KC5LWY, sir.
Hey, very good there, Andrew. Well, I hope all goes well today, and yeah, that sounds kind of a nice little ferry there to go across. Must be one where you ferry your cars and stuff around to be able to drive around there. Anyway, you take care, and like I say, good luck, and thank you for checking in. I don't think we've talked before, so it's good to talk to you. All right, you take care there. So clearing with KC5LWY. Next up, Robert, and sorry, Robert, I called you John before, but Robert. So KO6KMR. Good morning, Aloha Friday.
Well, good morning. Good morning, Tom, and all the gang here. Looking forward to tomorrow. I'm going to be doing the very early 7:30 a.m. setup and tear down tomorrow at the Ham Fest, so looking forward to that and seeing a lot of you guys. Also, I'm starting to formulate my antenna for a HF radio, and I'm looking at about 3 of them right now. I've got limited space, so I'm going to have to go with a smaller smaller length instead of one of the gigantic long lines, but I'm looking at a half-size G5 RV antenna, a random wire, which is 66 feet, and something called a Carolina Wyndham. It's pretty interesting. I was looking for that online, so they would all pretty well fit in the yard. So looking at those, and going to start building one of them anyway and get it up and give me an HF radio. Over.
Okay, very good. And yeah, thank you for helping out with the Hamfest tomorrow morning, bright and early. Yeah, I have a whatever, I can't remember the name. Yeah, that small junior antenna there that goes 40 through 10 meters, and it works pretty well, especially in a kind of a limited backyard there. So tomorrow, you know, at the Hamfest, and this is for you and also for others, you know, we offer Elmer tours, and Great and Casey 6SLE is heading that up. So even though you are working the Hamfest tomorrow, you might want to take advantage of maybe, you know, signing up for one of the tours there, and somebody will take you around and kind of show you the different radios and stuff that people are selling, which might give you some education there. I know this is your newly licensed, and this is your first Hamfest, so you might take advantage of that there, Robert. KO6KMR and N6H.
Affirmative, Tom. Yeah, I plan on doing that. I'm also going to bring some diagrams of the antennas I'm looking at and just kind of get some ideas on it. But other than that, I'm just going to turn it back over to you guys and just monitor for a while. So on that happy note, Kilo Oscar 6, Kilo Mike Romeo, monitoring. Over.
Very good. Well, if you're showing those diagrams to 5 hams, you'll probably get 15 different opinions. So yeah, just be aware of that. But yeah, very good. No, there should be some great expertise there, and everybody, I'm sure, will have their own opinions and things, and you can kind of take whatever seems to work there. All right. Well, looking forward to seeing you tomorrow at the Hamfest. Tomorrow morning, the Hamfest it opens up at 6 a.m. for those that are selling, and 7 a.m. for buyers. I'm sure the buyers will be probably there a bit earlier to help look at things. So and then I think the crew and stuff, we're going to show up around 4 or 5 a.m. to get things set up. This is at the Loomis train station, Loomis, California. And you can go to the W6EK.org website and find more information about that. But yeah, there's prizes, donuts, and all sorts of great things. And also, it's a great social event. Anyway, Robert, 7-3 to you, and we'll see you tomorrow morning, bright and early. And thanks for helping out. So clearing with KO6KMR. This is Tom, and N6H. This is the Coffee Break Net on the W6EK Repeater. We do this net every morning from 7 to 10 a.m.-ish Pacific time on the W6EK Repeater, AllStar 51018, Echolink, and I think soon to have a Wires X backup. I'm not sure if it's backup or not, but we do that. And then we are sponsored by the Sierra Foothills Amateur Radio Club, and the Sierra Foothills Amateur Radio Club, SFARC, is who is sponsoring the Hamfest tomorrow. So this is the first, I think it's the first Northern California Hamfest of the year, and it's a big one, and it's our big event that we do. So anyway, join us tomorrow for the Hamfest if you're in the area. And then if not, Brian and Orion, AI6US and AI6JB, they will be co-hosting the Coffee Break Net from the Hamfest. So I'm sure there'll be man-in-the-street type interviews, and you'll be able, at least if you can't be there, at least you can understand all the fun that's going on in the background, hopefully. All right, I'll go ahead here and open up for another round of quick in and outs to the Coffee Break Net. Who's out there? This is Tom, N6H.
Hey, B6LUV, good morning.
KD3, HAN, Kilo Delta 3, Alpha Juliet, November.
Okay, I just heard two. I got KD3AJN Anna, and I got KB6LUV Brett. Anybody else want to get into the second round of in and outs?
KB6EG.
Okay. I think it was our RF station, but I also saw Dave, K6DCL, but was there an RF station that was trying to get in? You were a little quick on the call. Okay, I think it was in the RF. I think it's for some reason my Supermon is a little laggy here. So I think I see, so Ed, I think that was Ed's voice. So KB6ED, you were trying to check in, Ed?
Correctamundo.
Okay, got you there, Ed. And then Dave, K6DCL, you were checking in for a quick in and out?
My Dave.
Okay, I think that was probably yes. There was no audio coming through. You have to wait kind of a second when you key up, otherwise it doesn't get through there. But I'll put you at the end of the list there, Dave. All right, so going to the top here, KB6LUV. Good morning, Brett.
6HK W6EK Brett here. Good morning, Tom. Good morning, everybody out there in Coffee Break Net land. It is another glorious morning here in South Natomas. That big orange ball is hovering in the sky with some light clouds, so it looks like it probably won't be too warm today, which is great. I got the pool open. The water is sparkly. Probably not warm enough for me to be jumping in anytime soon, but at least it's ready to go for when that next heat spell comes through, which probably won't be too long, because I think summer is pretty much here.
I think it is, and I think probably a year ago when we first met you on the Coffee Break Net, I think you were talking about having to fight with that filter there, get that filter replaced, or you had some issue with that on the pool. So I want to I know there's a quick in and out, but I want to briefly. You were on in the Shack, which is our Zoom meeting that we have on the second and fourth Wednesday, and had mentioned that you had seen the movie Project Hail Mary, and also I think read the book, and I had recommended that here on the net. I know that Ed, the KB6ED, who's coming up, read the book and enjoyed that. So do you have a quick synopsis or a review of the movie Project Hail Mary?
So it's a good movie. It will stand on its own. If you have read the book, then, as in most times, if you've read the book prior to a movie, you know, most of the images that your brain can create are pretty stronger than the images that Hollywood can throw at you. But that said, they did a pretty good job and stuck true to the form of the book. They covered, the book covered a lot of ground, and so to cover that much ground in a movie in that amount of time was difficult. But they did a good job. I would highly recommend it. If you are going to go see the movie and plan to read the book, I would read the book first and then go see the movie.
Okay, well, it sounds like I won't be too disappointed then with after reading the book and then going and seeing the movie and stuff. Yeah. I haven't quite seen it on the trailers. I've kind of been not looking closely at it, but I'm curious how they portray Rocky.
They did a good job. I'll just leave it at that. I'll give Rocky a thumbs down, high.
I think there's so much information and so much stuff that, it'd be hard to, it's hard to understand how they could put all that stuff into a movie, but, well, hopefully it'll be entertaining, so that'll be good there. All right, pretty good. Anything else and I imagine you'll be going to the Hamfest tomorrow, right?
I do have plans to get up there. I've got my eyes on trying to find either an amplifier and or a new CW gear. So we'll see. It depends on how early I can get my butt out of bed. So hi. I am going to say good morning to my mom, Bonnie, in Newton, Kansas. Morning, Mom. She says hello to everybody out there in Coffee Break Net land as well. She thoroughly enjoyed coming out and going on the fox hunt with us last month. Very enjoyable. So, Mom, hope you're staying on the warm side of the door or the cool side of the door, depending on which 10-minute segment you're talking about in there in the Midwest. So, yeah, if you don't like it on the warm side of the door, step outside for 10 minutes and then you'll be back on the other side. All right. Quick in and out. So, everybody else out there in the Coffee Break Net land, have an amazing day. Be blessed. Take care of yourselves and take care of each other. KEB6LUV. View of Love. 73. Clear and listening.
Okay, very good there, Brent. We'll see you tomorrow morning. And if you get there early, they're going to be coffee and donuts. And donuts may actually go pretty fast. I hear they're coming from a great place in Rockland. So if that's an incentive to get up early, maybe it is. And also the best deals are gone in the morning too. So you might want to keep that in mind. Okay, 7-3 to you there, and thanks for giving us a quick review of Project Hail Mary from the same author that did The Martian. So it's it was a great read, great book, and it sounds like it's going to be a great movie too. So looking forward to seeing that. All right, clearing with KB6LUV. Next, go back to Anna, KD3AJN. Good morning and aloha Friday.
Good morning, Tom, and everyone else on the net. Not too much going on today. I'm going out to visit my grandkids later, spend the weekend with them. Last night Ray and I went to talk to a brownie troupe about blindness, and we talked about Braille and about using a cane and sighted guide, and it was really interesting. The girls were really excited to hear it, and they really were good at walking with us, which was nice. But other than that, not too much else happening here. Everyone have a good weekend. KD3AJN.
All right, very good, Anna. Enjoy your grandkids. I know that's always a nice thing to do there. So, and it's like you see them pretty often, which is nice. Okay, you take three. Take care there, and thank you for checking in. And we got you in log here. So clearing with KD3AJN. Next, Ed, KB6ED. Good morning and aloha Friday.
Hey, good morning, Tom and Annette. And I just wanted to acknowledge Brett's reference with a hi to a thumbs down with regard to Rocky. I didn't miss that. That was funny. So anyway, my question this morning, Tom, is on these Aloha Fridays, are you wearing an Aloha shirt?
Maybe Aloha pajamas?
Okay, I'd take that. I'm enjoying this Aloha Friday. It's a little bit chilly up here in Red Valley. I was over in Sacramento the past few days with my dad, and back over here, I'm sorry I'm not going to make the Ham Fest. It sounds like there's going to be lots of goodies and an opportunity to socialize. I'm sure it's going to be great, but I'm stuck over here in Red Valley I'm not stuck, but I'm making that choice. Lots to do. So, anyway, back to you, Tom.
Okay, Ed, well, I'm sorry we're not going to see you tomorrow. Yeah, they've actually put up a social area, a social tent, with some pop-ups and stuff, too, with chairs and such. So, we actually have a place for people to sit down, because a lot of people, do socialize at the Ham Fest, and, maybe after walking around for a little, people get tired, so they are going to provide an area there, kind of a rest area, and under the shade and stuff too. So it's going to be a beautiful day. I mean, it'll be a little warm tomorrow. I think it's going to be in the 80s. I think that they said so. It should be very nice. Anyway, well, sorry, we're not going to meet you at or see you at the Hamfest tomorrow.
Yeah, well, way to rub it in. It really does sound like it's going to be a grand time. I don't have any shekels to spare at the moment. That's another, and I would. I mean, I'd find a way. You know, sometimes you see something and you just have to find a way.
Yep, there'll be all sorts of things there. I mean, you'll find people selling, radios and older stuff, and just lots of parts and stuff. And a lot of people even have just kind of free stuff. They're trying to get rid of this stuff out of their garage or their ham shack, and especially towards the end of the morning, when instead of taking it back home, it'll just be in a box, and it'll say, touch it, take it type of thing. So very good. Yeah, in our KA8. WA8 MPA, Jim, he's in charge of our club table there, and they're going to have, I think they're expanding the tables, because there's so much stuff there from silent keys and other things that people are bringing, so there's going to be a lot of good deals there, so sorry you're going to miss that.
Yeah, me too. But it's going to be a beautiful weekend, and I hope everyone has a grand time. And that goes for you too. Quick in and out, so on my way, KV6ED 73.
Okay, very good there, Ed. Yeah, I'll be there taking photos, so we'll put them up on the W6EK.org website, and you'll be able to at least look and see what that is. I usually try to get pictures of every vendor and all the unique things that I may find there. So that, and also Greg, KL6TH, will be doing video, and so we'll have a video roll of the stuff too. So at least you can kind of see what it was like. All right, you take care, and thanks for checking in. Anyway, next up, K6 DCL. Good morning, Dave, and Aloha Friday.
You betcha, Aloha Friday. That is absolutely true. What a great day. It says it's supposed to be cloudy, but I think I see the sun. Anyway, we're doing good down here. Lucy's walking around outside checking her plants, and they're doing good this year, so that's a great thing. And I'm looking at all my radios. I have three directly in front of me, including my M1KE, which I'm using. That was a soft finger I had. And lo and behold, I also got a timer. It's by Taylor, and it's a timer. You can set how many minutes you want and all that stuff. And it has a nice little alarm when it reaches 2 minutes or whatever. And so I was embarrassed enough by people mentioning me as the number one ruiner of the repeater, and always hitting the buzzer on the repeater. So I'm going to try to stop that and get this repeater going. And I have 10 seconds left. It's doing a countdown before it goes off for 2 minutes. And the radio is also good. There it is. See, there it is. It's my signal for 2 minutes. Back to you, K6 DCL.
Okay. Okay, very good there, Dave. So you sound like you got shamed into getting a timer there. Well, I mean, I think it's good to be aware of that, because there is a timeout on the repeater itself and also on AllStar. But I guess it turns out that you have timed out the repeater before, but AllStar still keeps going. So at least like when I'm talking to you, I won't know that difference. But others on have told me that, oh yeah, the repeater stopped a while back. So anyway, well, it's good to keep things short, to keep, especially for keep things within the 2-minute stuff. So everything is good there. Anyway, so I'm glad that you and Lucy are doing well, and it sounds like you're enjoying all your radios. And I'm amazed that Lucy enjoys and actually puts up with all the radios that you have there.
She loves to listen, and with GMRS, she gets on there, so she's does not have mic fright, and she's used handhelds before in her job, so that's a good thing. I do want to mention that I do have a Bridgecom Maverick, as it's called, and already got. It's a DMR as well as analog, but it's a DMR radio, and Bridgecom makes great radios, but they are laden with so many menus, menus upon menus. But I read the book yesterday, and believe it or not, I kind of understand the wherewithal, but with the memories and menus. And I have the Ultra Pack of the DMR setup, so I have everyone in the world on my radio right now, and it's going to go on my also on my what are those things? Like an open spot, and but it's the DMR specific, made by Bridgecom. So anyway, I'm looking forward to getting that. Maybe tomorrow, I don't know when, but pretty soon, and I'll be yakking away on Grandmeister and all sorts of different areas. K6DCLs. Great to talk to you, Tom. 7-3.
Okay, very good there, Dave. Yeah, K6DCL and then 6H for the Coffee Break Net on the Aloha Friday edition. All right, yeah, I was going to ask you, because you mentioned that DMR radio, and you don't hear about people buying DMR radios these days, and I was going to ask what DMR repeaters you're getting into, but it sounds like you have what I have as a Zoom spot, and the also Open Spot makes the same type of thing, where basically you can use that to use your radio, connect your radio through that and to the internet, and go to different repeaters and stuff that are tied to the internet. So it sounds like that's what you're doing there, going to different talk groups and stuff. Very good. So have you been on DMR before, or is this something brand new for you?
No, I was a Brandmeister aficionado, and I have been on it before. I enjoy it. It's AllStar it's a little bit like DMR, because you never can tell. You may be able to talk anybody in the world, and that's what DMR does. And I have a pack of talk groups that exceeds all. I could talk to 1 million people, I think. But yeah, I've had DMR before, and I really enjoy it. I have been on D-Star, which is another one, and made some friends, but not a lot. There's not a lot of different people on D-Star, but it's still a good digital radio. But DMR, I'm looking forward to. Saturdays, they have a call-in for every country in the world, and they name off the countries and ask the people to come in and sign in. And it goes on for like 3 hours on a Saturday morning. If you got nothing to do, you can listen to Brandmeister phone. So it's easy to do. And just look up Brandmeister, and you see it in there. You can listen to what's going on. K6DCL.
All right, very good. Yeah, K6DCL and N6H for the Coffee Break Net. Yeah, the worldwide talk group, I think it's talk group 91 is what you're talking about there on Saturday mornings. Yeah, I have a friend that is actually a net control for that. They actually have multiple net controls since the net goes for so long. Like you say, it goes for like 3.5 hours, and they basically get every country in the world checking in there, and it's a lot to listen to, and I know that some people find it fascinating, but yeah, it is I know a couple of people that actually do that net control stuff, so very good. And just kind of FYI, there's Brandmeister, which is one of the DMR channel things, and I used to be on DMR, the talk group for Northern California, and also the California talk group. And then once a month, I'm a net control for SNARS, which is Sierra Nevada Amateur Radio Club, and they have a Seabridge controller, and they have a talk group that's also on Meister that we do, and it's for the Reno area, so I do that. But anyway, very good. Enjoy your new equipment coming through. It's like you're always doing something in radio stuff, so very good, and keeping active there. All right, Dave, I'll say 7-3 to you. Put it back to you for a final, and then I'll go ahead and move on here. You and Lucy have a great Friday and a great weekend. K6DCL and NSH.
I'm going to have to listen for you then, and I know right where you're on. So I'm looking forward to it, and you never can have enough. That's my motto. And let's see, I have 3 radios, soon to be 4 radios that'll be on scan, probably all day. Here goes my GMR radio firing off. Talk to you later, 7-3. It's always great to get to Friday and say aloha and mahalo. Take care, 7-3.
All right, very good there, Dave. Yeah. If you want to check me out, I do it's the first Tuesday of. So the first Tuesday, it's at 8 p.m. and it's on the SNARS DMR talk group there. So basically, it's a technical net that runs for about to be run from a half hour to an hour, depending upon check-ins. But I actually have Mike check in K6AAN. Occasionally, he checks into that, so he's familiar with that. So gives us some check-ins here. So yeah. If you want to check in, that would be great, and kind of add to the total there. But it's kind of a check-in net, and also, there's any topics of the day, we talk about that, and any technical things too about amateur radio, or maybe things that people are doing. So yeah, welcome to check in there and check it out. Again, that's the first Tuesday of the month, 8 p.m. All right, 7-3 and yeah, and that would actually dovetail with what you do on 6:30. So yeah, you'd have plenty of check us out. All right, 7-3 is Dave. All right, this is Tom and N6H. This is the Coffee Break Net on the W6EK Repeater. Of course, the big thing that we're having tomorrow morning here for the club is the Loomis Ham Fest. It's going to be at at Loomis, California. Going to have coffee and donuts, prizes, and plus a lot of stuff to buy. So hopefully people can join us for that, and we'll be doing that right on tomorrow morning. So, and we'll also be having the Coffee Break Net broadcast from the Loomis train station, so you can hear all the play-by-play for that. All right, so let's go ahead here and do another round of check-ins, of course, and this we can do Rag Chew. And if you want to be an in and out, let me put you at the top. So who's out there? This is Tom, November 6 Hotel.
KM6RFB, Scott and Lincoln.
Whiskey 6, Charlie Zulu, in and out I-5.
WB6BJN. Mark in Tennessee, and you can put me at the bottom of the list.
KK6 SNG for a quick in and out.
N9MUF.
Kilo November 6, November Uniform Foxtrot.
And KO60H, good morning.
Okay, this is who I have here. I got Greg KO6TH. I got KN6NUF. I got N9MUF. Then I have FNG. Can I get the full call there, please?
Kilo 6, Sierra, November Golf.
Okay, Kilo 6 Sierra, November Golf. Okay, that's a new call sign for me, so we'll come back to you. And then I got WV6AN, and I guess K6SNG, you're an in and out. WV6BJN, got you there, Mark. I'll put you at the end. And I got W6, I heard W6JCZ, probably as an in and out. And then I have KM6RFB, Scott, at the top. Who else am I missing? Wow, surprised I got everybody out of there. Okay, so I think I have my two in and outs. So let me go to that. Jim, W6JCZ. Good morning.
Good morning, Tom. Good morning, Coffee Break Net. This is W6JCZ. Just want to drop by and say good morning to everyone. Hamfest is tomorrow. Really looking forward to that. Looking forward to seeing everyone there who's going to go. That's all I got. Back to you, Tom. W6JCZ. Good.
Right, yeah. Hamfest is tomorrow. Okay. I will make a note of that on my calendar. No, yeah, Hamfest tomorrow, going to be at 7 a.m. for buyers and 6 a.m. for sellers, and 4 a.m. for us workers and stuff going to be there. So, yeah, it's going to be a amazing day. I think it's like we have like 60 or 70 people volunteered to do this stuff. I mean, it takes a lot to put this thing on. Frank, KG9M, has been spearheading this whole thing and done a great job there, and I think we're looking forward to doing that. So we'll see you there tomorrow, Jim.
See you there, Tom. 73 W6JCZ. Back to net.
Great day there, too, and we'll see you tomorrow. Next, I have K6 Sierra November Golf. I think that's the right call sign. Good morning, and Aloha Friday.
Hey, good morning and Aloha Friday. The call sign is Kilo 6 Sierra November Golf, and I am excited for my first Hamfest tomorrow, I guess. And I had a question on the etiquette.
Okay, so it's KK6SNG. Okay, can I get a name there, and what is your question?
The name is Mike. I'm out of Marysville. And my question is, I've got a couple of radios I wouldn't mind selling to upgrade to something else. Would that be acceptable for me to just come in and try to sell those, or how does that work at this event?
Well, if you're a member of the club, if you're a club member, you can put up the 3 items on our club table. We have a table there for all the club stuff that the club sells, and then the proceeds either go to the club or they go to the families of silent key people. If you're coming on your own, you can rent a table, rent a stall, and then sell it that way. So that would be the 2 ways that I would know to sell it.
All right, well, thanks for that information. I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow.
Okay, very good. And so is this going to be your first Ham Fest?
It is my first Ham Fest. I've been a ham for a long time, but never done a Ham Fest, and they sound awesome, and I want to go.
Okay, very good. Well, it's not you might have experience. If you do want to take advantage of it, we have Elmer's at this Ham Fest, which I think is something unusual. But we have Elmer's that you can sign up for and walk around with somebody, and we'll kind of show you the gear that's there and kind of answer questions, stuff like that. But don't know if that's in your situation, but that's something that we do offer for people, and it's free.
Sounds excellent, like you guys have a really well-polished system going. I am a member of the club. I just don't get to do a lot because married with wife and kids and stuff. But KK6SNG 73 clear and great day.
Okay, very good there, Mike. Well, yeah, if you're a member of the club, you can bring up the 3 items. Give it to Jim, WA6 MPA, WA8 MPA. Just mark the items with your information, your how much you want for it, your contact information. And then if somebody wants to buy it, they can call you direct and negotiate the price and all that stuff, and then do that. And so you don't have to actually be around, but you just have to be there to answer your phone. So just mark the 3 items or whatever items you have that bring the radios, and then you can put it on the table early in the morning there. All right, very good. Well, you have a great day, and maybe we'll see you tomorrow there at the Hamfest. I'll be there walking around with a camera, taking pictures, and trying to document the whole thing there. Anyway, very good. Anything else? KK6SNG and then 6H.
That's all I have for the net today. Thanks so much. Talk to you later.
7-3's due there, Mike, and you take care. All right, going to my top of my rack shoe, Scott, KM6RFB, good morning. And I know you're going to be there with Aries and safety and all that stuff, so thank you for doing that.
Absolutely, Tom, and thank you for being there to do the photography. Yeah, I'm getting all the stuff ready. I've got some items I'm going to donate to the club to put on the club table just to get rid of, and they can keep the money. I've got some hard cases and a lot of soft cases, really nice soft cases that can be used for antennas and things like that. So I'll have those available. Just completed the final rendition of the IAP, and Frank has it, and I will be having extra copies tomorrow at Hamfest to hand out to people who need the IAP for the event, and updated the weather. The weather tomorrow is going to be about 83 degrees, about 4% chance of rain. Going to have a little bit of wind of about 5 miles an hour to the northwest, and it's supposed to be a great day tomorrow. And about 45% humidity. So it'll be a great time tomorrow. Looking forward to the Hamfest. Should be fun. I've got some fun things to show off. I just was telling on the net last night. I'll let it drop. I got a inflatable VHF antenna. It inflates it to 5 feet long. And you could either charge it with CO2 or helium. And it has a pretty good SWR ratio. So I'll have that out there tomorrow Other than that, back to you, Tom.
Okay, yeah, Mark, KC8FQV, you were keen up there last time there, so I'm not sure if you're aware of that, but yeah, you were keen up there holding up the repeater. Okay, very good there, Scott. Yeah, KM6 RFB and then 6H. Well, yeah, I heard you mention last night on the net about the inflatable antenna. I have not heard about that before, so I'm definitely looking forward to seeing the other stuff that you have there. Anyway, yeah, so it should be you have a nice display there. We're going to have an Aries booth there, and I think you're working with Bob on the medical stuff. So I think thank you for taking care of all that, and also doing the IAP for the event. I had thought about that a couple of years ago when Jeff was doing it, and thought that would be a perfect thing to do. Put the command system like there in. Type system in there to document stuff.
Well, you know, the benefit behind doing this is if you do it on the small events and the easy events, when it really matters on the big events and the hard ones, you already know how to do this. You're not trying to get over that learning curve of how do I fill out this document? How does this work? And so, you know, practice.
Yep, definitely for sure. Yesterday I was involved in, we did a hospital net in the Bay Area, Alameda County Hospital Net. We had it activated in the OES, and yeah, I'm going through all the firms and do all the stuff. I mean, the training really does help because, you know, you always find the little flaws here and there, and you make it better. So, you know, that training definitely works, and also doing the forms and stuff, that will become second nature.
Well, you know, the plus behind this is you don't have to reinvent the wheel. There is a computer application, it's a Google Doc, that literally has the IAP already created. You just plug in your information, and it populates it all the way through the IAP.
That is great. I mean, WinLink incorporate all those documents, it really helps too.
Absolutely. And so other than that, I'm going to let you continue on with the net. I've got some work to do for my job. So I just thought I'd hop in here real quick and kind of see what was going on, and also getting all my stuff organized for Hamfest tomorrow.
All right, very good there, Scott, and we will see you bright and early, and thanks for being there, and thanks for taking care of the Aries stuff, and also the safety and medical things too, heading that up for Hamfest, and also helping with the organization with the IAP and stuff too, initial action plan. Very good, thank you for that. All right, so clearing with Scott, KM6RFB. I got Jim, so the next Daniel, going back to Illinois, N9MUF. Good morning, and Aloha Friday.
Good morning, Tom and the net. We've got a sunny day here, so it should be a very good Friday from that point of view. It's going to be a little on the chilly side, but that means it'll be a good day for some yard work.
Well, I guess any day is a good day, yeah, especially if you're getting some nicer weather there. Enjoy that.
Well, I'll be enjoying it from inside. I'm just going to be encouraging my son to go out and do it.
That's a good reason to have him do that, and to supervise it and enjoy that from your lounge chair, right?
That is exactly the plan. No, we had a good little trip to a local hardware store and picked up some extra topsoil and some nuts and bolts to fix some things around the house. And the plan today is really just continue with the job search in the morning, and then a nice lighter day. I've got some time set aside. We're hoping to tackle some RFI issues with a stereo system. I'd like to add 40 meters during the day without it coming through the sound system. But other than that, we've got RFI on 30 and 20 taken care of on various systems throughout the house. It's just this one with 40, but I've got some more ideas. And unfortunately, far too many cables involved. I was just looking at speaker cables, and I forgot about ingest. So we'll track it down.
Okay, very good. Well, I'm amazed every time I listen to you. You're constantly doing things and constantly keeping busy. So commend you for that, and also getting things done there, and also multitasking there by getting your son out there and doing the gardening.
I think with the constantly finding things that need to be done, it's the joy of being a farm kid. The only time I think I've ever actually truly rested on a vacation when my first wife and I did an Alaskan cruise, and I was cut off from doing anything.
DO4BOS.
So you actually were forced to relax here. What was the comment there? I didn't catch that. Do we have somebody there who was trying to make a comment to come back with your call sign, please?
DO4BOS. Delta Oscar 4 Bravo Oscar Sierra. DO4BOS here from Germany.
Okay, that was DO4BON. We are having a net here, but I can add you to the list. So do you want me to come back to you at the end?
The call sign is here DO4BOS. Delta Ocean 4 Bravo Ocean Sugar.
Okay, so DO4 Delta Oscar 4 Bravo Ocean November, is that correct? And do you want me to add you to the end of the list here? We're doing a list here, and I have check-ins, and I can add you at the end and come back to you.
No. What's good? DO4BOS. Delta Ocean 4 Bravo Ocean BOS. My suffix.
Okay, DO4BOS, sugar. Okay, Boston Ocean Sugar. Okay, I'll put you to the list here, and we'll come back to you at the very end here. Thank you. All right, anyways, back to Daniel there. Yeah, so I was trying to what you're commenting on there. Yeah, so it sounds like on the cruise ship there, you were kind of forced to do nothing, and I know how that is because I always like to be busy myself. So it's not like you have the same affliction.
The problem of being a farm kid, you're always aware of how much still needs to get done, and that's my problem. I'm one of these people that, some people will start out with rest and then get around to work, and I'm very way around, and I can't rest if there are still things on the to-do list that I know need to be done today.
Yep, definitely understand that. Well, I hope that everything, that you get all your stuff done and that everything works out.
Well, I find the flip side of getting stuff done is that when you need something, that it's available. That's the joy of, like, working on the RFI. I've had to lay off on 40 meters if my wife is watching TV, and I'll get the benefit of, getting 40 meters back during the day. which is always a pleasure to have all the bands available. But let me see. Anything radio related, just keeping on, looking forward to the slow speed test this afternoon on CW. That's from 4 my time. I don't have the UTC times right in front of me. And wishing I was going to be at the Hamfest with everybody else. There are some American Morse keys that I'm looking for, and they're on hiatus right now, and I'd like to get my hands on them.
Okay, very good. Well, I think you need to come out to our Hamfest for tomorrow. Maybe you can, of course, with the way the airports are, that would probably be impossible. But, yeah, you probably should have made a trip out to the Loomis Hamfest for tomorrow morning.
Is somebody in the club working on a transporter I can borrow?
Well, if anybody's working on that, that's probably going to be Patrick. And so, yeah, you might want to see what he's doing.
Well, if Patrick did it, we know it would work. The other comment that I've got, somebody earlier talked about putting ketchup on hot dogs. That's actually considered a crime here in Chicagoland. We've only got 2 styles of dogs, either the what's known as the depression dog or the hot dog that takes a walk through the garden are the 2 ways that we describe them. And one of the best shops in Chicagoland has a huge sign that says no ketchup. If you ask for it, they will throw you out. And a gas station next door has a big sign on their window that says we have ketchup. Buy it from us.
Yeah, well, I know a lot of people like ketchup, but I think it was Ronald Reagan. I think he had officially made ketchup a vegetable. Remember that?
I absolutely do. The thought of it as a vegetable, it's just like, you've got to be kidding me. There's just something to the flavor of a Chicago dog, regardless of that particular style. And my son kept on trying to threaten to put ketchup on his hot dog, and I kept on threatening that he would be eating it in the driveway if he did.
Well, I think different people have different tastes, and I know that some people, want to put ketchup on everything. Their steak and breakfast and hash browns and all that stuff. I'm a more of the purest stuff. I mean, if I have a hot dog, onions and mustard is fine for me.
My ex-wife was one of those heretics that put ketchup on the hot dog. Maybe that explains the divorce. But she kept on insisting that she could ask. I had warned her, do not ask for ketchup here. We can carry it with us in the car. And she insisted that no, they had it under the counter. And she got thrown out.
Yep, I can definitely understand that. I'm not a big ketchup lover, but occasionally it's. And I think a lot of people tend, or a lot of places that you go, they tend to put more ketchup on, thinking that that's what people do. They want all the sugar and stuff, but not for me. All right, do you have any POTUS coming up here, or maybe I'll go on Monday?
Yep, we're all set to go on Monday. I think the only thing that I want to do is throw some QSL cards in the POTA kit just so that I've got something to hand out, as well as the radiograms. So I figure any time I can send mementos home with people, give them a little taste of the radio and something that comes to them afterward, it's a good thing. So, yeah, I'll have that's one thing I want to add to the kit, I think, is those QSL cards.
I remember last time we talked, and you were going to do that same thing with the radiograms and that stuff. Did you do any of that stuff, or hand any of those out?
We did a radiogram sent from there. I did talk to the church on Sunday, and I got a lot of interest from people. But it was just, wait a minute. I've got these QSL cards, and, even if people don't feel up for sending a radiogram, they might want to take home a memento of the encounter. So I figure anything I can do to make it present beyond the encounter is going to be helpful. We've also, a friend of mine that my wife sent, well, a friend of ours, more her friend than mine, but still a wonderful person. My wife sent her a radiogram through me, and now she's all interested in amateur radio, so I tracked down the Broadcastify address, and my wife will send it to her, and we'll see if that garners some interest.
Yeah, very good. Well, you know, having done this, I did a hospital net yesterday where basically we activated the OES and stuff. And, you know, I'm always amazed that, you know, we're talking about radio and they kind of like, well, I have my cell phone, I have my internet and all that stuff, and trying to impress upon people that, yeah, when something happens, your radio is really what you need. So I think, you know, what you're doing there is good because it kind of puts it into people's eye that there are other forms of communication that may be necessary if something really bad happens.
Not only that, you don't call up random phone numbers on a cell phone and talk to whoever answers. Okay, you might do that, but I question your sanity if you are. Whereas, to me, part of the joy of radio is you can call CQ and sometimes have wonderful conversations with people that you would never get to talk to on a face-to-face basis, or let's say this net right here. I look forward to it every day, and I enjoy checking in, and there's been a group of friends that I've been able to make due to radio, and that's what I think people fail to understand about radio, is that unlike a cell phone, it's not just talking to people you do know, it's making friends, new friends with people that you're going to get to know.
That is very much true. You can add another phrase to that, you're calling Mayday. I used to teach classes, and I used to teach the radio communication part of those, and I would use that as a way of saying, you know, yeah, you may be out on a boat and you may have a cell phone, but, you know, if your boat is sinking or taking on water, or if you have a fire on there, are you going to just randomly call people or try to call the Coast Guard and see if they can do something? Or you can get on the radio and say, Mayday, 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 and then have somebody who maybe is nearby come and help.
And we all know the stories of the people who have been rescued due to radio. And I think the example of the club checking on Ray is another example of the radio community taking care of people and checking in on its own. I know you've got other people in the list, so I will go ahead and say 7-3 to you, Tom. Always a pleasure. N9MUF.
Okay, very good there, Daniel. Yeah, that is a good point. You know, we're essentially all a family, and especially the Coffee Break Net, you know, where people get on there and you know people's stories, you know their kind of habits and stuff, and that's kind of what happened with Ray, KK6AM, is that, you know, he didn't check in for a few days, and, you know, he was a regular check-in, so that's why it would kind of raise raise it to a concern there. So, yeah, but, you know, I think that, and, you know, you look out for people and take care of people, and I think that the hams are very caring and also, you know, very much aware of those things, especially if hams being, you know, detailed oriented and understanding when things are amiss. All right, you take care there, Daniel, and good luck there getting your son to do the gardening and such, and good luck with all your to-do list projects there. So clearing with Daniel, N9MUF. Next up, go to Joshua in KN6NUF. Good morning, and Aloha Friday.
Good morning, Tom. Aloha Friday. Hope you're having a great day. It is beautiful out, nice and cool, and yet sunny. So just enjoying the beautiful weather, listening to the birds sing as I'm doing my reports this morning, and looking forward to the weekend. Going to try to make it out to the Ham Fest. The kids are all saying that they're going to get up in the morning, so we'll see if we can get out there before we got to head back here to Wheatland for the base. But, yeah, looking forward to it. Hope everyone's having a great day and looking forward to their weekend. Reach out and hug someone you love. KN6NUF. I'll let you get back onto the next people on the list.
Okay, very good there, Daniel. Yeah, that is a good point. You know, essentially the Coffee Break Net, you know, where people get on there and you know people's stories, you know their kind of habits and stuff, and that's kind of what happened with Ray, KK6AM, is that, you know, he didn't check in for a few days, and, you know, if your boat is sinking or taking on water, or if you have a fire on there, are you going to just randomly call people or try to call the Coast Guard and see if they can do something? Or you can get on the radio and say, Mayday, 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 and then have somebody who maybe is nearby come and help. So, yeah, looking forward to it. Hope everyone's having a great day and looking forward to their weekend. Reach out and hug someone you love. KN6NUF. very good there, Joshua. Yeah, well, it'll be good to see your girls if they can make it out there early. We'll be there early before the sun gets up and doing stuff. I'll be walking around taking pictures and things. So, yeah, maybe if you guys want a family picture there at the Hamfest, we'll set up too. So, looking forward to that, and glad you can kind of fit into the schedule there. I know you have a busy day with all the girls' activity there. So, you take care and have a great day. It's 63 degrees here in Discovery Bay, and it's kind of gray skies out there, but I think we should get a little bit of sunshine going forward here. Anyway, take care there, Joshua, and we'll see you tomorrow, hopefully at the Hamfest. So clearing with KN6 and UF. Next up, Greg, KO6TH. I know you're going to be at the Hamfest tomorrow.
Good morning, Tom. Good morning, everyone. Greg, KO6TH. Yes, indeed. Bright. Well, I don't know about bright, but early. Good Lord. Yeah, I will be there with camera in hand. Need to get the batteries charged today. And we've taken a pass around the event to just kind of document what's going on. And a short video for the club about that. Also on the hunt for a radio and antenna. I need a shack-in-the-box radio to put on the sailboat. Nice and small, all bands, nothing fancy, just small. And we'll be looking for that. Then a dual band antenna. And yeah, so part of the trip around to document is also to see what I can find for myself. That's the primary reason for going, I guess, is just to be part of the event. I'm also going to be helping out Ryan a bit at the test table. Be kind of checking in from time to time, see if they need any help over there. So we lost Ray; he was a key contributor to that, and so see if I can't fill his shoes, but see if I can help out and keep the test table going. It's a unique thing about I don't know about unique now, but it's something that the club has been doing for a number of years, is to have a table where you get some equipment. Looks a little sketchy. Maybe we'll see if we can turn it on, see if the smoke, see where the smoke comes out, and follow up from that. So, want to help out there. Anyway, looking forward to it. Going to be dark in the morning. We moved the event out a week, but that means we also crossed the dividing line to daylight saving time, and yeah, it means it's going to be dark initially. KO6TH, back to net.
Okay, very good there, Greg. Yeah, KO6TH and N6H for the Coffee Break Net. Yeah, I think that's kind of a couple unusual things. We have a couple unusual things we do at the Hamfest, which I don't see at the Hamfest. Yeah, one is having a test table, so that, yeah, if you're actually walking around and you're finding a piece of equipment and you want to, you're asking the vendor, does this thing work? And they say, well, yeah, it should. You put to our test bench. They'll have power supplies, dummy loads, all sorts of things here, and you can actually kind of at least power it up and see if you get some life out of it. So that's an important thing. And then we also have the Elmer tours. So if you're new to a Hamfest or maybe new to this whole thing, book a tour. Walk around one-on-one with somebody, and they can kind of show you what the equipment is, answer questions, and maybe kind of direct you to something that you could looking to buy. And also steer you away from something that maybe you don't want to buy. So yeah, I think it's some good things there, and then for those that can't be there, you and I are going to be documenting the Hamfest, so then people can look at the pictures on the W6EK.org website and see what they missed.
Yeah, it's going to be a good day, and of course it never rains on Hamfest, and this year especially, given the recent weather. So looking forward to it. Take a dose of whatever allergy medicine you're currently on, and head on out to Hamfest. We'll see you there. Anyway, today I got some shopping to do, and like I said, batteries charging, and just general puttering around. So, and of course yard work this afternoon. I haven't gotten to that this week. Yard work. Get on it. KO6TH.
Okay, very good there. Yeah, I've been de-weeding myself there, so I understand about the yard work stuff. Okay, well, we will see you tomorrow, bright and early, and taking care of there, and it should be a fun event. Yeah. So basically, the Ham Fest tomorrow, it's 6 a.m. for sellers, 7 a.m. for buyers. The workers, will be there probably around 4 to 5 a.m. getting things set up and doing all that stuff before the sun comes up. And by noontime, it's over, pretty much. So you can get on with the rest of your days here. So, but also definitely get it there early because, we're going to have donuts and coffee, which may go fast, as well as the prizes, or not the, well, not, I'm going to say the prizes go early, but no, usually the good stuff that's put out there goes early, and we will have prizes stuff tomorrow too. So it'll be a fun event, and it's our big social event and our big money raiser for the club. And we'll have a big club table. Jim has mentioned that there's going to be a lot of stuff from silent keys and things, a lot of equipment there on the club table. In fact, we've had to expand that. All right, Greg, so 7-3 to you, and we'll see you tomorrow morning. Last on my list, Mark, W6BJN. Good morning, Mark. Looking forward to your weather report. It looks like it should be probably in the 80s tomorrow. It should be nice. And so how are you doing, you and Sarah doing in Tennessee?
Hey, good morning there to you there, Tom, WB6BJN. We're doing great down here. I had a pretty good week. I had my biopsy on my kidneys the other day, and that was kind of an interesting thing. They put me out and stuck a long needle in me and got the biopsy from the kidneys, and then I had to be there in recovery for 3 hours afterwards. Well, they didn't want to. They wanted to make sure I didn't have any major bleeding or anything. So, and I didn't. But they had to wait for my blood pressure to come back up, and I laid there and then listened to TV, and Sarah was with me, so that was good. But that was on. Let's see, when was that? Was that day before yesterday? Yeah, day before yesterday, I guess, when I had that. And so hopefully I'm getting all this ahead of me there, or behind me, and hopefully I'll find out some results here in a couple of days on the kidney situation there. Go ahead.
Okay, Mark. Well, I'm hoping that the biopsy all goes well, and that there's no major issues there. Yeah, that's kind of a procedure. Did they actually sedate you, and because it sounded like maybe that's what they needed to do when they kept you there afterwards?
Yeah, they gave me a nap. It was funny. They rolled me back, and then they took me off the bed and put me on a table and said, "We need to have you lay on your stomach," which I did. They put a pillow under my head, and I was laying there, and they told me that what they were going to do a little bit more again, and they said, "We're going to give you some medicine," and I didn't even get a chance to count backwards. The next thing I knew, I'm still laying on this table, and there was kind of this feeling of where I thought I was, and but I didn't feel any pain. And the next thing I know, I'm woke up and I said, "Well, are we going to get started?" And they said, "We already did it." I didn't feel a thing. So that was good, and then they wheeled me back to where Sarah was in the room, and they said, "Well, you're going to have to stay here till," and it was like 11 o'clock or something like that, a little after 11, and they said, "Well, you're going to have to be here until 2."
and I was starving. I was like, I'm ready to eat, and I hadn't had any coffee or anything, and so they said, well, you're going to be here till 2, and they kept monitoring my blood pressure, and the guy kept coming in and checking back there on my back. He wanted to make sure that any blood coming through, because he said sometimes there can be extra bleeding, but he said your blood pressure's low, and that'll help not for you not bleeding. So my blood pressure slowly came up, and about 2 o'clock, it was. They said, "Oh, we'll get you ready for discharge," and they got me out of there, and we headed out and had a hamburger and fries, and came home, and then I slept for another 3 or 4 hours. Came home and laid down about 4:30 and slept until 8. There.
Okay, well, it sounded like it went pretty smoothly, especially if you weren't even aware that the procedure was going on there. Then, it sounded like there's no real complications and everything went well. So, anyway, I hope the results come back okay for you there. So, I guess on to our weather. So, what do you have for us?
Well, the heat for the most part is over. You're going to be above normal through the weekend for temperatures, and you're going to have some high clouds but no rain. The guy that said that we got a 4% chance of rain tomorrow, I don't even think you're going to have that. I think it's going to be zeros across the board. But they got to put something in there, a 2% or a 3% or a 4%. They usually do that. The models come up and say, yeah, there's a 2% chance it'll rain, maybe, or 4%. So it's going to be smooth sailing for the Ham Fest there at the train station. I think that's going to be excellent. Wish I could be there. That'd be fun. So nothing as far as over the weekend. Now, next week, that's a different story. As the high pressure breaks down and is moving east, that's going to be a little different situation, because then you're going to get some bona fide rain. You're going to get some rain that isn't going to be heavy, but it's going to be enough to kind of wet things down. There could be some snow in the Sierras. There could be maybe a half inch of rain. Maybe some places further north could have three quarters to an inch of rain. But as we get into April now, normal isn't the same as it was at the 1st of March, and I think March is going to go down as a very dry and a record warm month. People don't realize March was much warmer than normal, and it could go down as a record-breaking March as far as temperatures go. The temperatures in March were more like that of May and early June than they were of March, and that was incredible. Now, the thing you got to be careful of is to go into April is the high pressure ridge that was over you guys has moved east, and so that is now been replaced by low pressure, and that will be the case come Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Let me take a break. So with that, then comes the situation of rain over northern and California. The first system comes in south of San Francisco and affects primarily the middle part of the coastal areas and areas south of the Golden Gate, all the way to the Monterey coast and San Luis Obispo. The second system affects more of the northern areas, but it will extend south as well, and that has a little more instability with it that could produce thunderstorms. So Wednesday and Thursday. Got to be careful behind a system like that, because if there's enough cold air, then you can get some frost or freeze situations once it clears. So be watching for that. But overall, a nice wetting rain and maybe some snow in the Sierras above 6,000 feet there. Go ahead.
Okay, very good. Well, all this nice weather we've been having in the springtime, it's kind of kind of a surprise, and I know you're not surprised, but I guess I am a little bit that we're getting some rain forecast for next week. Well, I think that's good, and definitely won't turn that away, and because we definitely could use that up in the Sierras, especially if it results in snow there. Sorry about that, Mark. We had another station there. I had to drop them off.
No, I understand that. I could hear them. They were completely keyed up and absolutely no audio, but thank you for that. Yeah. So, and my weather, I'm going to warn you, my weather is coming up at 5 after, and I forgot to turn it off. So if you turn it back to me and that happens to go off, just wait for I'll be back. Hopefully I'll bypass it through my longer transmission, but I think it's going to go here in a few minutes. I forgot to turn my weather off, so if there's a long, when I turn it back to you, and there's a long break, you'll know to go ahead and pick it up and make comments, and make it long enough to where we get through that weather segment. I need to remember to turn that off when I'm in a net. Anyway, so that's pretty much what's going on in California. It could rain all the way to Southern California, but not over the weekend. This weekend is going to be absolutely beautiful. The last 80-degree day will probably be Monday. Temperatures will be in the upper 70s to 80s, and then low 80s. And then by Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, Tuesday and Wednesday especially, there's a 25% chance of rain Monday, and then things increase Tuesday and Wednesday, and maybe into Thursday, depending on how fast the systems move. And Wednesday and Thursday could be the day that you get a better chance of thunderstorms. Snow levels, probably around 5,000 to 6,000 feet, maybe 7,000 feet it could get down to, and maybe some thunderstorms on Wednesday and maybe into Thursday with the colder, unstable air back behind the main system. Back to you there, Tom, and then we'll talk about how that's going to affect us back here, WB6BJ.
Okay there, Mark, WB6BJN and N6H for the Coffee Break Net on the W6EK Repeater. Okay, very good. Well, it looks like this next week, maybe a little bit of rain coming through, kind of should change. At least it kind of reminds us that summer and spring is not completely here yet. So I think that's good there. I hope it doesn't cause problems with trees and stuff blooming and such. Get some nice blooms out here. But definitely, well, if it brings snow to the Sierras, we definitely need that. So bring it on. All right. So back to you for the rest of the weather. WB6BJN and N6H.
And you talked long enough that we got through the weather segment. It worked out fine. It did do its thing at 5 after. Well, and really what's going to happen next week is what would normally happen in early spring. You always get a storm in early spring. What you don't get is what you had for the last 2 weeks. That is very unnormal. That is 90s, and over 100 in places in California is almost unheard of as early. So basically what's happening is you're going to get back to what normally would happen in early spring. With you can get some freezes, you can get some colder temperatures. Unfortunately, the weather that to bring things up blooming early is what is not good, and that can happen sometimes in early spring too. So that was very, very strange. So now that high pressure will move into the eastern United States, and it'll actually move to the Atlantic, which is past us. So what that does for folks in the Midwest and the Mid-South is that opens the door to also active weather for us, because the storms that come now, the low-pressure areas that are coming out of California will move into the Rockies, and as they come through the Rockies and into the Plains states, then they're going to start to pick up subtropical moisture, because the fact that that high-pressure area has moved to the east, that also opens up the Gulf of, now called the Gulf of America, for moisture coming up from the like kind of tropical areas out of the Gulf area. And as that connects up with these systems coming out of California, then they become a whole new animal as they move, because they can pick up some Canadian air and that warm, moist air, and guess what? That starts our severe weather season. Now, they had some severe weather last night in places like Ohio, parts of western Pennsylvania got in on it, parts of Illinois. Now, that front has come through here, and our low happened early this morning. It was 73.4 here about 2:30, 3 o'clock. And right now, my temperature, we're up to 3020 on the barometer and rising, and my temperature right now is 54.3 degrees. And we will not, our high was reached early this morning at 73.4. Let me take a break. That's why Daniel is back there in Illinois is having chilly temperatures right now. The front has moved through there. The colder air back behind them is there. We've got winds out of the north. Humidity's 90%. 9 gusting to 15 out of the north-northwest here. We've had no rain, but it is colder, and the humidity's gone up a little bit, and we're going to get down into the 30s tonight. And then as we get into Sunday, tomorrow will be chilly, probably in the 40s and 50s. Then Sunday, we get return flow from the south, and then next week it starts to warm back up. We get showers, thunderstorms, and we're going to have to watch a couple of these waves that come through, because then we could pick up some severe weather with thunderstorms and showers like we can get in April and May. So we're into spring now, and we can get those spring thunderstorms, which sometimes can be interesting. Back there to you there, Tom, WB6BJ.
Yeah, WV6BJN and then 6H for the Coffee Break Net. Yeah, the last transmission there, I kind of talked a little bit longer there, thinking it might extend out and kind of suppress your weather report there, or at least not have it interfere with our conversation. All right, very good. Well, thank you for giving us the report there. Yeah, we've definitely, the last 2 weeks have been unusual. I know they had some record-breaking temperatures in Arizona and such, Death Valley and things. I mean, it's kind of crazy, and even 100 degrees in Southern California and almost 100 degrees here. So it's been amazing. But getting back to kind of more spring-like weather next week, that would be good. And then I know at some point here we'll be complaining about the heat. So definitely not trying to bring it on sooner than it should be. Because I know in the summertime we'll be talking about the lack of rain and all the heat. All right, well, I'll put it back to you there for a final there, Mark. You and Sarah have a great Aloha Friday and a great weekend. And I guess enjoy the cooler weather there. And then tomorrow, so like you say, things will start changing for you and changing for us, too. Anyway, thanks for giving us the report there. WB6BJN and N6H.
Yep, the main synopsis is you guys are going to get cooler and wetter next week, and we're going to get warmer and wetter next week. And we could have thunderstorms that go along with that. So, it could get interesting. The other thing, and I'll leave with this, is that we are going from La Nina, which has kept it very dry back here for a lot of people, and also we're going to go from that now to El Nino, and El Nino could bring you a hot late summer out there in California. Because once the ocean waters start to warm, you get less marine layer. So that could be an interesting thing for California. It could get warm. But what could happen in the winter is it could get wetter for a lot of California. And also even maybe in parts of the southeast United States and maybe even for us a little wetter next year. So there's some benefits. And there's also some lack of benefits as well. Okay, thanks. Everybody have a good weekend. Sorry if I talked too long and timed out repeaters. Didn't mean to do that. My problem is when I get to talking about the weather, I forget what time it is and how much time has passed. So sorry about that, guys and gals. Everybody have a wonderful Ham Fest tomorrow at the train station, and I'll be back on Monday with more information. Back to you there, Tom, and thanks to everyone, and good to hear everybody. WB6BJ.
Very good there. Yeah, WB6BJN and N6H for the Coffee Break Net. Okay, very good. Well, thanks for giving us the weather report, and you take care, and you and Sarah have a great weekend. All right, so that's my list. But I will go back to this other station here, Denver Oscar 4, Boston Ocean Sierra. You had kind of broke in there earlier, and I'll go back to you there if you want to get into our conversation here. DO4 BOS, good morning. Or DO4 BOS, are you still there? I think you're coming through the Fireside Network, East Coast Hub. Okay, I will put him into the log here. All right, this is the Coffee Break Net on the W6EK Repeater. I am Tom, and N6H. This is Aloha Friday for March 27th. As we've been talking about, tomorrow is the big event for us, the Ham Fest at Loomis train station tomorrow morning, starting at 6 a.m. for sellers and 7 a.m. for buyers. And dark 30 for everybody else that's going to be there helping and setting things up. So we're looking forward to that event. It's one of our big events of the year, and want to thank Frank, KG9M, for coordinating that and helping to orchestrate all the cats and direct all the cats and herd all the cats, I guess it is, to get things going there. So it should be a great event, and had some great planning meetings, and everything should be all ready for tomorrow morning. So looking forward to that. All right, so I will go ahead here and take After that, let me go ahead and take another round of quick in and outs, just to get things going. Conversations 2 minutes or less, just for people that want to check in, and then I'll do some rag shoot after that. So who's out there for quick in and outs? N6H.
W6H. Into DYI.
Echo.
W1ATV. K4LGI.
All right, good morning. I have Sam, K4LGI. I got Aaron, W1ATV. I got Graydon, KC6SLE. I got Patrick, N2DYI. And I got Ryan, W6H. Am I missing anybody from this group? All right. I guess I'm doing well here, capturing all the check-ins. Up to the top, good morning, Ryan. Aloha Friday, W6H.
Good morning, and aloha, Tom and the net. Yep, about 6:30, I saw a little bit of sunlight peeking through the bedroom slider, and I sat up, and I was like, oh my God. My wife goes, what? I said, I think I overslept Hamfest. She goes, honey, it's Friday. We still have one more day. So I was like, oh my God, thank goodness. Anyway, that was the big thing of the day.
Yeah, I guess you've been thinking about Hamfest a lot, huh?
Yeah, perhaps. Got to get my hands on a 70-centimeter max track Motorola radio. So as you're walking around and documenting, please report back to the test table. And, I'll pay up to $60 or so. I say that, but it's going to be more, obviously.
Okay, looking for a Motorola Max Track 70 centimeter. I am not familiar with that radio, but I will definitely look for it if I see it as I'm walking around taking pictures.
Yeah, it's the radio with like a 16 or 20-pin connector on the back of it. It's made for kind of high-power hotspots and things. I've got a pair of them, so technically it works as a repeater at home. But the transmit radio, like last week, you go to try to step on it, and it just kind of gives you this little half beep, like beep, like just shoot me, put me out of my misery, beep. So, no matter how many fans you put on it, because that thing gets really cooking, it's not 100% duty cycle. All right, I think that was my 2 minutes.
Okay, very good. Well, okay, so a Motorola Max Track 70 centimeter radio, okay, is what you're looking for. It sounds like the want nest, right? Or the wants and needs net. Okay, well, anyway, well, definitely we'll see you tomorrow, and thank you for handling the test bench there. It's going to be kind of a sad day because I've worked the test bench myself a couple times and worked it with Ray, KK6AM, and of course now he's a silent key. And so I think when I think of the Hamfest and think of the test bench table, I think of Ray. So he's in our prayers and our thoughts.
Absolutely. Yeah, I've already got a little sign printed. It's the KK6AM test bench. So I'll take that to the table. In the meantime, charging the Jackery for WB1G so he can run a remote speaker, and charging a couple LifePos just so we can power stuff up. Individually as well as, you know, the dummy loads and antennas and radio stuff and all that good stuff. So we're gonna have a great time. Alligator clips, man, come on. 7-3 Tom W6H.
Comment. Go ahead, comment.
Morning, Tom. I just had to throw that in for Ryan in 6EMS. Yeah, in honor of Ray. So nice to see you yesterday, buddy. Appreciate you and all you're doing. And we will see you bright and early tomorrow morning. That's all. Take it easy, Tom, in 6EMS.
Okay, Bob. That was a sneaky way to get a quick in and out in there, you know that?
I listen all the time. I don't normally check in, but anyway, just want to take advantage of a chance to say hi and remember Ray. All right, catch you guys later in 6EMS.
Okay, I'll let it slide this time there, Bob. Yeah, and thanks for heading up the medical table tomorrow there with Scott, and we will see you tomorrow at the Hamfest, and thanks for what you do there. All right, and Ryan, yes, what was your comments? Oh, yeah, so I'm glad you got something there kind of for honoring Ray there at the test bench, because you know, that's definitely where he hung out at the Hamfest. All right, well, 7-3 to you there, and yeah, you did not miss Hamfest. You have, like your wife says, you have one more day there, so wake up tomorrow morning and be there. All right, you take care. All right, clearing with Ryan. There was some other comment I was going to make, but I forget what that was. It'll come to me later. Anyway, clearing with Ryan, going to Patrick into DYI. Good morning, Patrick. Are you going to be making for the Hamfest tomorrow morning? You getting on your flight?
Good morning from the land of afternoons. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm not going to be making Hamfest. I have been saying for the last 4 or 5 years that I will eventually make one, and this year is not going to be that year.
With the state of the airports and stuff, I think it's probably a good decision to kind of wait this one out.
Oh, yeah. So when a bunch of stuff happened earlier this week, my mom was like, you know, I think I'm just going to not let you go back home. It's a sign. As it turns out, I'm not in too much of a hurry to go back home anyway. So, yeah, I'm definitely not leaving in the immediate future, that's for sure.
Okay, well, this is the first that I've heard you talk about going back home. I know that, yeah, I kind of thought you had a kind of an extended stay there with your.
Yeah, I never set a return date, and I'm still not necessarily planning on doing that for a little while anyway. I'll give it a month and a half or so and see how I feel about it then.
Okay, very good. Well, I guess that all works out. Yeah, and good afternoon to you there. Yeah, I looked at the clock, and yeah, it's definitely after morning. So, any plans for today or the week?
Not a whole lot going on today. Probably not much interesting going on over the weekend either. So, like Mark was saying, we're warm today, cold tomorrow. So we're going to be up in the 80s, mid to upper 80s here. There's a storm front coming through, and then we'll probably be in the 30s tonight. So big temperature swing. My body is totally loving all these up and down temperature swings.
Yeah, when Mark was talking about that, I was thinking out here in California, we don't get the big swings like that. I mean, maybe you get some gradual changes, but yeah, for him to have like a 73 high in the morning and then have it down to 43 in kind of the late morning or afternoon, that's quite unusual. I mean, that's things that we don't experience out here very much.
Yeah, we're going to have a similar thing, except the highs will be higher and the lows will be probably about the same, so it might be even more of a swing. So anyway, this is like the third or fourth time that's happened in 2 weeks. So I guess this is how normal works now, or something. But anyway, so Ryan was talking about the Motorola Max Tracks. One of the things, if you can find one, if you can find a CDM 1550 that only puts out exciter power and then stick an amp on it, those are better for your duty cycle. I have a friend who actually runs a pair of repeaters. One, the receiver is a CDM 1250, and the transmitter is a CDM 1550. It only puts out like 2 watts, and then he's feeding an amplifier into that, eventually getting about 100 watts out of the amp, and that can run pretty much all day.
Okay, well, you think even with 2 watts, going to a nice antenna. I mean, looking at these like clear nodes and the SA818 type of devices, that are in the milliwatts, that they do pretty well. If at least for around the area there for like a local node.
Yeah, actually, last week I went to an appointment and I have the Gerry in the back window. And it's just on its little stupid stubby duck antenna that's really terrible and not great at all. And I could still hear my node just with the HT in the car. About 4 miles away, I could still copy it. A little further out, it was totally gone. But I had the Coffee Break Net in the car for a little while, and just with the rubber duck in the car, I was able to hear it for about 4 miles. So, yeah, there you go. And that's maybe half a watt.
That's what I was saying. So if you had a 2-watt radio, which had actually had some decent emissions and stuff to it, put it to a nice external antenna and pretty good range.
Yeah, my first node that I built was actually based on a Radius SM50, which is very, very similar to the Max Track. That was a VHF radio. I bought what I thought was a UHF radio, and it turned out to be a VHF radio. And yeah, just with I put a J-pole on that indoors. I didn't have any way to put an antenna outside, and yeah, I was able to get several, 5 or 6 miles out of it. And if I put it on an antenna with some actual gain and stuck it outside, probably would have done even better.
No, I think that's good, and that's the best way. I mean, it's not good putting these SA818s out there. They don't have a lot of filtering on them and stuff, so there's a lot of emissions and stuff out of the band. So, very good. All right, well, this is a quick in and out, so I'll put it back to you there for anything else that you may have for the net before I move on here to Graydon and to DYI and N6H.
Yep, it is indeed a quick in and out. I don't really have much else other than to say that one of the major manufacturers of nodes who use SA818s are about to not use SA818s anymore, and thus they will be a little cleaner on the outputs. So that's exciting. I can't really say much more about that yet. Anyway, 7-3. Everyone have a great weekend, the rest of it, and always looking forward to seeing what Hamfest does live on the Coffee Break Net. Didn't work out a couple of years ago. I think somebody sat on a microphone or something, and the net had to be shut down. I can't remember if that was last year or the year before, but hopefully you won't have that again. 7-3, Tom, N6H into DYI.
Maybe Brian will pack his Kraken direction finding and stuff, and in the middle of the Hamfest do a fox hunt to hunt down the transmitter if that happens again. Yeah, so that's a good point. Tomorrow morning, Brian AI6US and Orion AI6JB will be co-hosting the Coffee Break Net from the Hamfest. So people can get live man on the street type interviews, type of stuff. All right, well, very good there, Patrick. And I guess you're teasing us with that announcement about a non-SA818 transmitter or transceiver chip for this node. So maybe we'll hear more about that on the All Nodes Net, which we do at 6 a.m. Pacific time, 9 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Pacific time, 9 p.m. Pacific, or Oh, okay. Let me restart that. So 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern on Monday nights on the All Nodes Net on this repeater, All-Star Node, and Echolink. And we'll be doing that, talking about all things node-related, so that comes up. All right, you take care there, Patrick. See if I can get through the rest of this net here without fumbling through. Clearing with N2 DYI 73. And up to Graydon, KC6 SLE. Good morning, Graydon.
Good morning, Tom. Good morning to the net. Want to thank you for being one of the volunteer Elmers for tomorrow at the Hamfest. I think we will have some traffic. I think we'll have some people take us up on that offer. So I know you're taking pictures as well, and I appreciate the fact that you signed up for double duty.
Yeah, I think I'll have some time coming in the later morning, so I think that'll work out. Yeah, in the morning I'll take pictures of people setting things up and getting things ready, and then getting all the vendors set up, and then as we get the first set of lights, the sun coming up, taking more pictures, and then probably have some time to do some Elmering too.
Yeah, she'll work out fine. We're not going to start the tours till 8 a.m. Anybody that's interested in having an Elmer tour, they should report to the SFARC sales table, which is going to be right in the heart of the event. But that's where all the estate items that have been donated to the club are going to be sold. I will be there directing the Elmer traffic as well as helping out on sales. So there'll be some signage posted around, not a whole lot. Now I'm going to drop some leaflets off at key stations telling people what do you do if you want somebody that says, hey, give me a coffee and donuts, and by the way, I want a tour. That way they can direct them over to the club sales table where I'll be. So I appreciate that. I was playing around a little bit today with the mystery box. I don't know if everybody's heard about the mystery box, but we are going to be doing a silent auction for it was a box that was created by a past club member for the club to store some items in. It's actually a very nice box. I may have overestimated the size of it last night. It's a wood box. It's about, I'd say, 2 by 2 by 3. But Jim and I, later today, are going to pack some goodies in there, and we're going to make sure there's some real value in that box. So if you're interested in bidding on it, and the money will go towards the club scholarship fund, come by. It'll be displayed, and the bid sheet will be at the club sales table where Jim and I will be. So come on by, make a bid. I don't think anybody's going to be disappointed. Today, this morning I was making sure I had a lock for it because it will be locked. You won't be able to peek inside. And I came up with a real creative. The key is on a keychain that's real creative and I think fits the whole mystery concept well.
Okay, very good. Well, that's a nice little tease here. And first off, I want to thank you for doing the Elmer tours, kind of being in charge of that. I think that's something unique at this Hamfest, is being able to book a tour, to have go on one-on-one with somebody to kind of walk around and show you the different things that are there and kind of explain stuff, especially if you just got your license or maybe you've never been to a Hamfest before and never seen all the equipment and stuff. And I think that's going to be great. And yeah, this mystery box, that's probably another first for our Hamfest. You can kind of bid on a box and get a whole bunch of goodie stuff. So that's it'd be interesting to see how that works and how many bids we get.
There's a couple of rules that come along with the mystery box. One is you have to take the box as well as the items in it. That was one of the ideas. We didn't want the box to get thrown away. We wanted the box to move on and be used by somebody that will appreciate it because it was nicely constructed. So you'll get the lock, you'll get the box, you'll get the keychain, and the items inside, more importantly. What we'll do is after the main drawing is completed, Jim and I will go up and we'll announce who the winner is, have the winner come forward. We'll present the box to them, and if they are so inclined, we'll have them open up the box and show everybody what was inside.
Okay, that is very good. Well, definitely make sure that Greg and myself, or at least for sure Greg, is there to video record that if they want to open up the box, because that would be a nice thing to show and also take photos of. So make sure that we coordinate that before that happens.
We will do. So I am finishing. I got the trailer with all of the estate items in it connected to my truck. Got the lights working. I'm working on a couple little improvements on the hitch for the club. I'll be heading down later this afternoon to meet up with Jim at the Loomis train station, and we'll be unpacking all the goodies and packing the mystery box. So with that, I'll let you go back to the net, and I look forward to seeing you, Tom, as always, tomorrow. KC6 SLE.
Very good there, Graydon. I know we went a little bit long here on this quick in and out, but also I think it's interesting to promote it's good to promote the Hamfest and the things that you're doing there, and definitely appreciate that with taking care of getting all that stuff there, making kind of behind the scenes stuff, making sure things are set up there and we have things delivered. Yeah, the whole thing, I think it's well orchestrated by Frank, KG9M. Doing a great job here of getting things set up for the Hamfest. But anyway, very good. So thanks for that. And we'll see you bright and early tomorrow. And it should be a great, great day at the Loomis Hamfest, Loomis train station tomorrow morning. All right, very good. So clearing with Graydon, KC6SLE. Good morning, Aaron, W6EK. And I think you're having prizes, so thank you for doing that.
Well, good morning, Tom and Net. Whiskey 1 Alpha Tango Bravo here. I'm actually not doing the prizes this year. I did get some of the prizes, but I think Brian has stepped up to take that on. The original person was going to do it, but he had a conflict this weekend, so Brian stepped up to do that. I think he's excited because he's always doing the what you're doing right now, the hosting the net, and I think he's gets to step away from that a little bit part of the time. So anyway, yeah, I'm looking forward till tomorrow. And, I had a problem with my eye. I got like an infection or something in my left eye. It's been bothering me for a few weeks, and I went to the doctor yesterday. Now it's Ham. We like to talk about the weather. We like to talk about our health. And let me reset. Because of my eye, and I came out with all these medications for my other issues, and they gave me 2 shots, so both my arms hurt. It pretty much wiped my butt out yesterday, so man, all because of my eye.
Wow. Well, I hope that these medications and stuff do something good. So, do you have something in your eye, or what is the issue?
He thinks it's either allergies or it's some sort of infection in my eye. I don't know. He gave me antibiotic eye drops for the eye, so I've been taking those. So far, it still hurts. It's red. I'm not really sure what's going on with it. I just want to make sure, it's one of those things where, if you'd have came in 6 months ago, we could have fixed this, but unfortunately, now you're going to die. I was just hoping it wasn't like a tumor or something up there, right? Because it's been bugging me now I think it's been bugging me now for 5 weeks. So, and I had a bunch of teeth work done, so I figured, well, maybe it's related to that. So, anyway, he looked at it, said it doesn't look anything major, just probably something's irritating it, probably something in the air. So, it's great.
Okay, well, yeah, I know that, early on, I mean, especially with the weather kind of like blooming like this with all the heat and things, things of, a lot of pollen and stuff in the air. I know that I've started taking my daily medicine that I take for allergies, and that has helped. But, my eyes were getting pretty itchy. So I guess if you've maybe irritated it, by rubbing it too hard or something, that can happen. So, well, I hope all this stuff helps.
Yeah, I'm sure it will in the long run. And, my blood pressure is a little high, and there's other things. So that's what he did. But he spent all this time on all this other stuff that I wasn't really there to talk to him about. So, doctor to me and doctor. So I am really looking forward to tomorrow. Tomorrow is, I'm going to show up there at dark 30 to assist with the setup, and I'll help with the takedown. I'm going to try to help with some elmering, too, if my buddy shows up. But I'm going to have a booth set up. I'm selling off a bunch of really cool stuff, also known as crap. And he's supposed to come show and bring some stuff, and so he can watch my stuff while I'm doing other things at times. So I'm looking forward to that. It'll be the first time in 4 years where I'm actually able to participate in the Hamfest as a Hamfest participant.
Definitely understand that, Dan. Thank you for all that you've done for the club. Yeah, I know that you were involved in getting some of the prizes and stuff like that, and also Brian, a 6US, was doing that. Yeah, we have some great prizes. We have an M1KE, we have a bamboo 3D printer, Jackery, and gift cards from I guess DX Engineering and from HRO, and a lot of great stuff, a lot of great prizes, along with great finds that you may find on the in a lot of the stalls.
Oh yeah, every year we outdo ourselves, I think. So we have a ton of prizes. I think we're up to $2,600 in prizes this year. It's up about $500, I think, from last year, if I remember right. So we had a good haul last year. So yeah, there's going to be some great stuff. So I am definitely getting me some tickets because I would like to win something this year. I don't think I've won anything other than I won an MFJ adapter or something one year. But so I'm looking forward to that. It's always a fun time. The whole thing's a fun time. It's one of the things that got me interested in the club in the first place. First year is I just came to go to the Hamfest. So here we are. 5 years later, I think it is, and it's been fun. So I'm looking forward to it. I really am. I'm not looking forward to being there at 4 a.m. That part I'm not looking forward to, but the rest of it I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, having to set the alarm early for that is definitely not a good thing. Well, I think the way to win prizes is probably to have Dan, KN6WQU, buy the tickets for you. He seems to be the one that wins everything.
Yeah, that's a really good point. I might consider that. Dan, if you're out there, look me up, buddy.
Yeah, he hasn't checked in here. I'm not even sure he's listening, but that's definitely something we should think about.
He does seem to have the Midas touch when it comes to winning these things. He definitely does a good job at that. So it's not that he's not paying his dues. He buys tickets and all that, but man, his number just seems to come up a lot. So good for him. And so yeah, looking forward to that. I'm going to have some cool stuff out there. I got a couple of 3D printers I'm going to be selling. So if anybody's looking to get started in 3D printing for cheap, come see me. This stuff I'm trying to get out of my garage that I've been saving. I'm like, I'll use this. I'll take it to my other place. And I'm like, it's just not worth it. The haul it there is going to be much more expensive than it is just to get another one someday if I really want it. So that kind of thing. So yeah, trying to clean up the garage a little bit. I just got so much stuff.
Comment.
And I'm looking at the stuff that I could be trying to sell and thinking, well, I'm not sure I have time to do all that stuff. But and then I was also looking at doing stuff maybe off of QRZ, selling things off there and stuff. But I also heard that because of what's going on, with the war and all that stuff, that the U.S. Postal Service is going to add a surcharge, a fuel surcharge, which means that anything that you ship probably in the next month is going to start going to have an additional thing, and it's going to last for a year. So it kind of means that if you're going to do any of that type of stuff, do it sooner than later.
true, and shop around. There are more than one place to ship from, and a lot of times the service, man, they seem to just raise their prices at a whim. I don't know how they don't make money, because they just raise their rates all the time, and I don't know. I think part of the problem is, because we have this happen to us at the store all the time. You'll ship something to Idaho, and for some reason it ends up in New Jersey for a week before it gets there. It's like, what is going on? So yeah, maybe use UPS or FedEx or one of the other companies, but I'm sure fuel prices will affect us all for everything, no matter what you buy at some point. So fun times.
Yeah, you have to think that all the shippers are going to have the same issue and going to have to increase their prices at some point if this thing continues going for any length of time. All right, well, these are quick in and out, so I kind of violated all this stuff. But we've been talking about the Ham Fest, which I think is important to talk about and to promote. All right, Aaron, no, thank you, and we'll see you tomorrow at dark 30. Anything else for the net this morning?
No, that'll do it for me. I just want to say it'd be good to see you and all my other ham buddies that I see only once a year. Some of you guys I see all the time, and some of you guys I see once a year. So I'm looking forward to it. And we'll see you tomorrow. Everybody have a great day and today, and weather's nice. And stay blessed. 73 W1A TV.
All right, 7-3, Aaron. We'll see you tomorrow morning. And yeah, I hope your eye starts to clear up there and that improves. All right, and we'll see you tomorrow. And I'll definitely will check out what you're selling at your table there. That's the nice thing about doing the photographs is that I get to check out everybody's booth there and hopefully find some goodies for myself. But like I said, looking at my office here and my ham shack and the garage and stuff, I probably don't need anything for sure. All right, take care. All right, so clearing with Aaron. Next, going to Denver. Hopefully, Sam, you're still there. We didn't time you out. K4LGI. Good morning and aloha Friday.
Good morning there, Tom. There was a comment in there before Aaron runs. Maybe it has to do with him. Do you want to catch the comment?
Yeah, do we have a comment? NN6H?
W6LUV. Thanks. Real quick. Hey, Aaron, I might be interested in your 3D printer. I will see you tomorrow. Thanks very much for letting me know that you got one. We'll talk in the morning. Have a great day. KV6LUV 73. Clear. Listening.
I heard. Okay, very good. So Brett and Aaron might hook up there for a 3D printer. Okay. Yeah, I'm sure Aaron's stuff is all good stuff. So good for that. Anyway, thank you, Sam. Back to you, K4LGI and N6H.
Okay, Tom. Good morning to everybody in the net. Also here from Denver. We started out in the high 30s and in the low 40s now. And the best of luck there on your Ham Fest. Sounds like a good gathering. And thank you for taking all the photos, which eventually I'll be able to see some of those, I guess, there on the W6EK website. It's fine and dandy. Yeah, Aaron, I had something very similar. Not only been going in and out of the dentist for over a year now, and was going in for the last time, and the crown didn't arrive on time. So one more time for that. I had the eye problem also. I don't know if it comes from the audio here on the coffee net or not, but I had something very similar. Just kidding. And they gave me an ointment, a gel-type ointment, put in there every 4 hours. And I must say it cleared up. And I don't know what it is. Maybe something is going around with the bugs, whatever they are, coughing bugs or something, but I thought I got something in my eye, but anyway, very interesting to hear people coincidentally coming up with the same stuff. Anyway, I think, let me see what time it is. I think it's marching on. You might want to catch a few more of these coffee beans on the net here. See you later, Tom, K4LGI.
All right, Sam, yeah, K4LGI and then 6H for the Coffee Break Net. Yeah, I think there's just a lot of, well, the weather has been, kind of warming up here. Trees have been green and things, and I think there's just stuff in the air. And I know that you can definitely irritate your eyes if you get stuff in there and you start rubbing around and things. So. But anyway, hopefully Aaron, his eye clears up soon. All right, well, you take care there, Sam, and yeah, and we'll have pictures up there on the W6EK.org website. You'll be able to look at the photos, and also look at the photos of the past Hamfest too, and also our other activities on there. All right, well, you take care, and thanks for checking in. You have a great Aloha Friday and a great weekend. All right, this is the Coffee Break Net on the W6EK Repeater. I am Tom, NN6H, and the talk today has been about the Loomis Hamfest. That's coming up tomorrow. It's our big event, so we're definitely looking forward to that. All right, I will take more check-ins here. We'll do some in and outs check-ins, but who's out there to talk? NN6H.
KD6H, quick in and out.
Good morning, Peter. Seems like you're the only one. K6QZH. Good morning.
Good morning. I'm just taking a brief coffee break from work to say hello to you, so I'll just hang out for a second. All in all, life is good, weather's good, things are good. Not much here to report. Just wanted to say hi, everybody. And how are you today?
Well, I'm doing good, Peter, and yeah, I hope that you're doing good too. It's yeah, right up here. I'm in Discovery Bay today. I'll be heading up to Lincoln to do the Hemp Fest tomorrow. But things are going good, so hopefully things are going well for you at work.
Everything is going well, and no major complaints. It's Friday, so I'm waiting for the weekend. I won't be able to make it to the Hamfest this year, but I'll get there next year for sure. This year I have some things that came up. So I'm just enjoying life, feeling pretty good these days. My voice is full.
Okay, very good. Yeah, your signal was kind of getting in there, but yeah, so I'm glad everything is going well for you, and sorry you won't make the Hamfest tomorrow.
I'm sorry too, but between a transportation issue with my van and some other things came up, can't quite make it, but I will be with you all in spirit.
Okay, very good there, Peter, and you can check out, like I say, check out the photos and the videos and stuff that we'll post up to the W6EK website there. All right, very good. Well, go ahead here and maybe see if anybody else wants to check in, but anything else for the net this morning?
No, just appreciate being able to check in, and I will talk to you soon. I'll be here tomorrow. KD6Q873 for one and all, and that's the net. Take care.
Okay, very good there, Peter. Yeah, and check back tomorrow when Brian and Orion will be doing the Coffee Break Net from the Hamfest, from the Loomis train station, so you can kind of hear what's going on there and maybe kind of feel part of it there. So you can do that tomorrow. All right. So this is Tom and N6H, and we're getting close to the witching hour here to close things down. Either in and outs or for the log. For the log, we've got about 3 minutes before 10. So who's out there? And N6H.
In and out, November 6th, Foxtrot Mike Delta, Jimmy.
November 9, Romeo Echo Sierra, log only.
6 Victor Papa for the log.
AI6LZ for the log.
W8LDT, Tim, Michigan Mobile for the log only. Morning, Tom.
Morning, Tom. 6 NLW for the log. K6GBZ for the log.
N2ZJB, Ben in New Jersey for the log. Good morning, Tom.
WB7, UKX, log only, Whiskey Bravo 7, Uniform Kilo X-ray.
Good morning, Tom. W6GLW for the log.
Whiskey Bravo 3, Charlie Sierra Yankee, quick in and out.
Quite the pile-up. WB1G, look forward to seeing you tomorrow, Tom. For the log, please.
KQ4SDX for the log. Tom, it's good to hear you, and good morning to all the net. Have a blessed day.
All right, good morning to everyone. Quite a check in there, majority for the log. So I have KQ4 SDX. Kathy, good morning. Good to hear from you for the log. I got KG6 NLW Frank for the log. Got WV1G Smitty for the log. We will see you tomorrow at the Hamfest. I got WV3 CSY as an in and out. I got and I'll come back to you. I got W6GLW for the log, WV7 UKX for the log, and N2ZJB for the log, K6 GBZ for the log, W8LDT for the log, K6 Victor Papa for the log, N9 RES. And then I got N6FMD, Jimmy. I'm not sure if you're for the log or not, but I will come back to you. In and out. So I think I have 2 in and outs here, so I'll go ahead and do this, then I'll do another round of check-ins here. So Jimmy, N6FMD, good morning.
Hey, good morning, Tom and the net. N6FMD, I'm out in Fair Oaks at the moment on my base station. Looking forward to the Hamfest tomorrow. I'm listening to you guys all talk. I'm hoping to get there early enough to help as well as get a table and move some stuff. I was going to trade today. I have 2 FT710s. I was going to trade one of them for a FT1000 MP. However, the wife says I need to wait until after Saturday to see if I still feel the same way. So I'm gonna put the FT710 out there, and if it sells, great. If it doesn't, and that guy still has that radio, Sunday morning I'll be headed up to Sly Park area and bringing home one of the big dogs to stick in the base station. So we'll see how it goes. But I'm excited. I've talked to a couple people, and it really sounds like there's going to be some really good vendor stuff set up there. And last year was great, so I assume this year will be even better. So thanks for what you guys do out there. It's a lot, and you guys do a good job. Looking forward to the photos and listening to the interviews and stuff while I'm there. And I'm really actually very excited about tomorrow. My birthday's Sunday, so this is the day before my birthday. So I sell some stuff, and hopefully I come home with a little bit of cash and some more stuff. Back to you, Tom. N6FMD.
Okay, very good there, Jimmy. Yeah, it'll be good to see you tomorrow. And I do have the G90 speaker thing that Simone asked me about. I think you had requested that, so I have that for you. I guess early happy birthday to you, and maybe the wife has something under the I was going to say under the tree, but maybe a ham-related present. That's why she's asking you to hold off.
It could be. I doubt that's what it is. She knows I've been looking at that radio for a very, very long time. I know it's old school, but man, those things are just workhorses, and they sound great. And I know it's got the Collins filters in it. I don't know if they've done any of the other upgrades. It wouldn't matter if they haven't. I'll do it myself. But
We'll see what happens. I'm really excited about the whole thing, though. It's going to be a lot of fun. And yeah, that's awesome. That little G90 thing you made for Simone is that thing works great, and it fits really nicely on the. You did a great job with that. I am not an engineer, CAD drawing type of a guy. I have a lot of clients that do that, and it baffles me at how they're able to do it. And they help me out with projects and drawings I need for the house to get things permitted. But that's one skill I kind of wished I started out in drafting in school, and I should have stuck with it just to get the bit, like we were doing hand drawings, but I should have stuck with it when computers came into play, because that is a skill that nowadays especially is going to be vital for being able to make your own stuff, especially with 3D printing, the way the industry's going. Well, it's a quick in and out, Tom, so I'll let the other gentleman get back on here. Thanks so much, and yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing you and putting that thing on my G90. I'll make sure I bring it with me. I'll say 73 back to net control.
Very good there, Jimmy. N6FMD and N6H for the Coffee Break Net. Well, I can't take any real credit for doing that, except that I have a bamboo 3D printer, and basically I went through. They have a kind of a when you do that and you set up an account, then you have like a bamboo store or thing where you can kind of go through and people have uploaded designs and stuff like that, and there's just tons and tons of designs that people have uploaded for all different types of things, and a lot of them are radio related stuff. And I just did a search for the Zygu G90, and that came up. So somebody else had already did the engineering on that, created it, and then uploaded the file to print. So all I really did was just kind of download the file and print it out. And so it's just amazing. I'm just amazed with the bamboo printer, which, by the way, we are raffling off, or is one of the prizes on the Hamfest tomorrow, is a bamboo A1 mini printer. So it's very, very capable. May not be the fastest in the world, but at least it gets the job done. So I'm very impressed by that. All right, Jimmy. Well, we'll see you tomorrow, and we can talk more. All right, let me go to my other in and out, which is Rick, WB3CSY. Good morning, or good afternoon.
Hey, good morning to you, Tom, and the net. I have to say, I listen to the Coffee Break Net every single day and can't wait for Monday evenings for the All Nodes Net. Really appreciate it. And if I didn't live here in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, I'd be at the Hamfest tomorrow. Just wanted to say, everybody have a great day at the Hamfest. Wish I would be there. And good luck to everybody, and I hope you find some really cool things you can pick up. So back to you, Tom. Thanks for running the net. And I'll say 73, everyone. WB3CSY. I'll be clear.
Hey, very good there, Rick. Well, thank you for the kind comments here, and we definitely appreciate your participation in the All Nodes Net, which we do every Monday night, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. And it's about an hour of just talking about all sorts of node-related stuff. You know, all clear nodes, All-Star, D-Star, things like that. So definitely appreciate that, and appreciate your participation there. I mean, without our people checking in and doing all this stuff, we wouldn't have any nets. It would just be net control people talking to themselves. So anyway, thanks for that, and we'll see you on Monday night. Well, I will be hosting the net, the All Nodes Net. All right, so clearing with WB3CSY. All right, we are after our witching hour here. It's 10:06 Pacific time here. So I will go ahead here and take log only check-ins for the Coffee Break Net. Who's out there?
KI6LOP for the log. Thanks, Tom.
KB7DFP, Cannon, Twin Falls.
KO6COW, log only. Thanks, Tom.
AI6LZ.
Okay, Okay, AI6LZ. Yeah, I thought I had got you in the last round there, and I thought I acknowledged you, but if not, I have you in the log here. Then I got KO6COW. I got KB7DFT. I'll come back to you in a minute here, Ken, and I got KI6LOP. Russ, got you for the log. So Ken, I guess the question of the day is, what's for dinner?
Well, I'm going to say something super, and I haven't decided which soup it's going to be yet, so it's to be determined.
Okay, maybe you didn't catch it, but I changed the question there. I asked what's for dinner.
Yeah, I actually heard that, and I thought, nah, that's not what he means, but, man, that's pushing it. It's chicken.
Okay, so soup for lunch and chicken for dinner. Okay. I just thought I'd throw you off a little bit. Sorry.
That was funny. I didn't take you seriously until now. KB750.
Okay, no, I think it's more of a running joke. But anyway, you have a great day there. Hopefully the weather is good, and you have a great weekend. And thanks for checking in. And so clearing with KB7 DFP. All right, this is Tom and N6H. This is the Coffee Break Net. I will do a final call for log only. Final call for those that have to get into the Coffee Break Net before we close things down. And N6H.
Kilo 0 Sierra Sierra Delta.
Okay, Kilo 0 Sierra Sierra Delta. Okay, good evening or good morning to you. And that's a new call sign. Can I get a name, please?
Oh, Roger. Yeah, my name is Tim. Kilo India Mike. I live in Hecla, South Dakota. It's not my first time to check in. I check in pretty regularly. But anyway, just want to get my name in the net. Have a good day, K0SSD.
All right, and yeah, I don't recognize the call. That's why I was asking for, and I hadn't checked you in the log here to see if you come up. Okay, so K0 SSD. All right, we got you in the log, and you have a great day there in South Dakota. All right, so I will go ahead and consider this an end to the Coffee Break Net. This is Tom and N6H. I have been your net control and net host here for Friday, March 27th. And I want to thank everyone for being here. This is the Coffee Break Net, where the sun is always shining, the birds are singing, and the fish are jumping. We do this every morning from 7:30 until 10 a.m.-ish Pacific time on W6EK Repeater, which is located in Auburn, California, AllStar 51018, and Echolink. And we are sponsored by the Sierra Foothills Amateur Radio Club. Join us tomorrow at 7:30. Orion AI6US and Orion AI6JV will be doing the Coffee Break Net from the Loomis Hamfest. So that should be a great thing. If you can't be here in person, you can at least join us via the radio and enjoy what's going on there. I'm sure there'll be man-in-the-street interviews and all, talking about all the fun and excitement that's happening at the Hamfest. So join us for that. Anyway, that's our big event. All right, I want to thank everyone for being here, and I'm going to go ahead and close things down and return the repeater and all the nodes back to normal operation. Feel free to use the repeater and use the system. This is Tom and N6H saying wishing everyone a great Aloha Friday, 7-3, and for those in the area, we'll see you tomorrow morning at Hamfest, and N6H will be clear.